Boy, we've just gotten started here, and already these guys have been handed a really difficult decision to make. Boy, you talk about a friendly turn of the cards. This is a great round for these guys as they get themselves a dynamic player right here. Boy, you talk about a friendly turn of the cards. This is a great round for these guys as they get themselves a dynamic player right here. I'm not sure that this selection is going to provide a huge punch, but he's at least a guy that does have some upside. Still some big holes remaining to be filled. Here's where you may have to go after a lower-rated player just to make sure you get coverage in all areas. This is a pretty telling pick here. Do you go for a big bruiser up front or get yourself someone who could be a difference maker at a skill position? One Kansas City Chief is gone already. Here's a chance to have a teammate join him. Where to now? Do you get yourself a big brute for the trenches or someone who can really help you out at the playmaking type spot? Oh, no question that this guy's going to grade out as a huge impact over what was there before. Now it's getting to the time of the draft where you really want to get lucky and hope somebody falls into your lap. These are tough decisions here, offense or defense. Which side has the more pressing? Oh, I tell you, you're not going to get too far in this competition without a superstar or two. And this guy right here certainly fits that billing. And now, which side of the football will they address here? Some interesting options either way. Oh, no need to worry about this guy. Just plug him right into a starting role, and he'll be a massive upgrade. Yeah, no surprise here. Anytime you can get your hands on a player of his caliber, I think you pretty well have to pull the trigger. So that's the process of putting your team together. From here, you can either take a moment to modify your lineup or, heck, head right out onto the field to see how you do.
right, Larry. Hope everyone is settled in for a great Draft Champions contest. Here, lucky to witness it. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. These guys that you see on your screen, they won't be witnessing. They will be participating in what should be an excellent game. Let's get down to the field. It's time for kick. And it's the birth of a new club as we're underway in Draft Champions. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. First down, Stafford here. Drops it underneath to Forte. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give him a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Second down and 4. Here's Matt Forte with his first carry. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Now Stafford sets up the screen to Forte. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
An encroachment penalty here, maybe just a mental lapse, partner.
Sometimes you have to just watch the football. Make sure it's snapped before you're jumping.
4 yards remaining now on second down. Now a play fake it at Stafford. A dump off to Forte. And brought down, but able to get it to their... The play and a fresh set of downs. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Yeah. So...
Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right.
Nah.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
And he will lose yardage here at the 31-yard line. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like you did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
I got first down.
Have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket doesn't matter if they go left or right.
6.
The defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
I threw it. Fuck.
Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by David Anderson.
Too late. Too early. Too early.
Get the football back. That could be the downside of putting together a team in draft champions week 1. It's early. You might have some of these mistakes.
You're exactly right, because it does take time to build chemistry, trust, right? Understanding where guys are going to be. And I think that's what led to the interception. They just don't know each other well enough yet. That should build up as the season goes on.
So a defensive brain lapse there and an encroachment penalty.
Sometimes when you don't watch the football and make sure that it's snapped, you're watching the offensive player, and they can influence you occasionally and look like they're getting ready to move, and the officials don't detect it.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes
Sit down.
Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
Okay.
So many things going to make a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the
switching
way.
Switching up.
Big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
They'll run forward.
Psych.
So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Now let's finish up what we did on the first drive here.
And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, "Don't do that again." What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be.
I'm doing sure. I'm just gonna let you know that.
I know we're being a little bit facetious.
What'd I say?
No! Take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Alright. You probably think I'm gonna run this, but I'm not.
They isolate Jeffrey to the left side.
Oh no.
Stafford. His throw incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but he's
touchdown. Let's go.
Jets. Matt Forte taking it in. And the Jets are able to strike for 6. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game? Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And he'll cut it to the right sideline. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned him 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do.
I gotta get defense line.
Right? The decision to go for it on 4th down
caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for us.
Well, I have a legendary on the right side, and then another one.
So now they've got to come back
Like,
out and start over and rebuild
as a
that confidence.
defense tackle.
Here's Newton. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. A minute 59 to go in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. They go play action here on 1st down. Try to force it to his tight end. Walker, it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Now the Jet offense about to
I got cocky in one game, and he threw a pick, and I was by the end zone. I could have ran in, but I decided to mess with him. And did the celebration, fumbled, and still got the ball back.
Replicate it. It has to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time.
Nice.
And he comes back with one complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there.
So who's your QB?
It'll move the sticks.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen. And they snapped it out for a loss of yardage.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
It's Jenkins on his play.
Quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's
no doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did?
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Richard Rodgers.
I kind of did it.
And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure
close.
If something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
They fake the game.
Let's go.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
I broke you twice on your
We're going to get a timeout here
snapper.
By the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Caught out left side by Robinson. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Henry, the lone man in the backfield. He's going to float this one.
Okay, that was your worst mistake. Maybe not.
He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown.
Yeah, you heard it, right? The exhale, and I'm taking that from their bench because finally, right before the half, they find a way to get the ball in the end zone and get some points on the board. Maybe they can use that to kickstart them for the second half.
Yeah, just to get something before going into the lockers. And now in the second half, they can just tighten.
It's what they want to do. Tighten down everything they're doing, and then maybe explode at the right time.
Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. The final shot before the break. Stafford.
Gotta go up here. Sasha and Jeffrey.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And never mind, Larry. These two teams apparently anxious to get back at it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess that in the locker room, they talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up.
Okay.
And we still have
good
a chance
4
to win
yards.
this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Off play action. Newton.
What are you doing?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Stork Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks able to drop him for a loss.
You see, they get open as you're getting sacked.
Throwing on third down, Newton.
You really went so.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chain.
Okay.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up.
Man, you're jumping.
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations.
Ooh, jumpy.
First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On second down, here's Henry. Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Okay.
And a new set of downs.
All right.
Picking up the
We're
first
gonna do
on
this.
the ground. And they're going to speed things up here. Now a play fake here on first down. Flush to his right. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
Where are you throwing that to?
After the incomplete pass.
Yo. Oh, I didn't realize you ran. No! You shoot him down back there.
Tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That second down run, a big help as 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. Newton. Caught left side. Gilmore.
Okay.
A gain of 4 that time.
You picking up good yardage. I like that.
Finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got room. And he's going to get inside the 30.
You got Cam Newton.
Play there, and they move the chains. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game.
Had Matthew Stafford, Andy Dalton, and
that's a good sign
I
right
think.
there as we start the third quarter. Because in the first half, not much space
What's
to
up?
run the football. And as we go into the half, the offense
I don't remember who else was it. I think it was Marcus Mariota.
What the adjustments are? No adjustments. You know the game plan. Been working on it.
He's not that bad.
Maybe a little tweak here or there, a little bit better blocking.
What's up? I don't know. He's fast as fuck. I actually didn't expect that.
For a loss of 7, and quickly
He's fast.
3rd and long.
Damn it, you double teamed him. Yes. Let's go.
Incomplete. Allen
Let's go.
Robinson, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Here's Cairo Santos now for the Chiefs field goal. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3. It's 13-10. So they get the field goal, but part of that was a 14-play drive to get the 3.
Normally when you hold
So
the
it's
ball
3 point
that
down
long,
here.
right,
Oh, got some speed.
you end up in the end zone. There's a breakdown on the defense. Something happens. In this case, that didn't.
Alright.
But really good ball control by the offense. They're hoping that they can wear them down if they keep having drives like that.
They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. It doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there. And
From Indiana.
Throw, good catch.
Nah, Indianapolis still up.
The drag and being able to run away from
I take it you're Kansas City.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Shit.
And this one's incomplete. And we're back now in Charlotte.
Yeah. Well, Houston has they had like the best what's it called? They have like the best defensive guy. You know? They have J.J. Watt, man. Like, he's pretty good.
He'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is.
How bad is it?
This was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside.
That's like crazy how many hurricanes are like going through like by the United States and stuff now. You had Hurricane Harvey and Hurricane Irma, I think. Irma. And I think I think there's like even 2 more coming yet. I think.
Reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse.
All right.
So accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Nah, this ain't happening, dog. Oh, I was just getting ready to throw it to you. Okay. Alright. Alright, man. What's me? I dare you. That's what I wanted you to do.
And he'll be brought down at the 21. Just
Honestly, Jeffrey didn't give me any yards there.
And the defense in desperate need of a stop. They have to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance.
Yeah, that's what I went.
Stafford off the bootleg.
No!
Incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth
Alright.
down.
I'm going to kick the field goal.
Oh, man. For him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time.
Alright, let's get it.
Right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
Alright.
He's a tight end, but
2 minutes.
that's a catch he should have made.
Touchdown wins it for you.
Here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them.
25 yard line. Let's hold on. Did you watch the Texas Tech game?
But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance
Oklahoma
to
State.
take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe
I watched that game. That was pretty close.
A little bit better, so they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Walker with a grab, left side.
You're right. Kicker misses like twice, like from the 19-yard line to the 22-yard line. That suck. That would suck.
He's back to throw.
He's alright, but they don't always make them.
Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move
the reason why you guys probably won is because they lost their best guy that knew how to get into space for the other team. They're saying. And that was the truth, because like he is good at spacing.
Which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does. The quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
Middle of the field, it's Robinson. That one good for 16.
All right, yeah.
Continue.
One thing I can say pretty safely,
we're gonna do
that
this.
route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy.
I'm just going to stop time out here.
Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
What? Yeah, man.
Look to throw. Backing up. Steps away. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I think that should have been chalked up as a winning play for the defense, and they somehow beat it, didn't they? Right-handed quarterback flush to his left, yet he finds his tight end on the left side of the field. That's a tough throw. What a great completion.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Yes.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Alrighty. Let's get it.
Defensive team stat sheet won't necessarily reflect in ours, right? The overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter.
Yes!
We got a big one.
Yeah, such a close
Yes!
game, a very big one.
Yes!
They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it would appear the Jets are going to win this football game. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and
hold that down.
Another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter play. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side.
Yes! Yes! Oh! Shit. Yeah, I got 2 yards on that play, though.
This is the quarterback. The ball gets
yes.
Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case,
I'm so hyped right now. That could have been, like, the biggest play right there.
Stafford now to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's his safety. And this offense, this new offense, would appear they still have a few kinks to work through.
And isn't that to be expected? It's a unit that hasn't played together a real game before, so they definitely got some growing pains, Brandon. And this one, it cost them 2 points.
Yes! I played the whole time.
They knew that they needed
good
some
game.
Type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular
good job.
affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of Draft Champions here on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com/Madden. Till next time, we say so long from Charlotte.
A good win, like, dominant. Very good. It was a very, very, very good win. Highly respected. That kid was a good game. Talking about those games. But the grind was on. We took the grind, did the time, and won. I really ain't trying.
All right, Larry, thank you. It is indeed time for a Draft Champions matchup and what is set to be a great Draft Champions matchup. In the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis, and these guys should have a huge impact on the outcome of this game. They're ready to roll. We're ready to roll. Let's roll. Two teams here amped and ready for football, and off we go in week 2 of Draft Champions. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now a first down throw. Stafford sets up the screen to Forte. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
We got them yards on the squad. We kind of got it up on that spot.
You got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They go play action here on first down. They'll roll him out right.
Yeah.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down.
I want him to be skeptical while I'm
buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Offense in a good spot here, 2nd and 2. To throw on second down is Stafford. Incomplete over the middle. Safarian Jenkins. 9 yards.
Got some yards there.
And it keeps the drive alive.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays.
We're in the Colts Dome, my team.
6'4", 6'5".
Holding it down. Here we go, hold it down.
Used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football.
This is my dome. I'm in the Colts Dome. This is my field. So,
and the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
We're kind of going to run this play. I don't know how it's going to go.
On first down, it's Stafford. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
First.
A gain of 6 there on first. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool him with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful.
I think it's time to run. He's not expecting it.
First carry for Matt Forte.
Come on. Keep going.
We
got it.
Right at the 14-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
To throw is Stafford. This will be caught at about the 6. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal. Now this will be the 9th play.
A 9th play on the drive here. Yeah, I'm going to try to run it.
Stafford. That's caught at the 2.
Damn.
Only 2 yards on the completion at second down.
All right.
And so far, a very nice, methodical opening drive.
This has the feel of a scripted drive that they rehearsed perfectly all week long, and now they're executing it on game day.
Script looks good so far. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Here's Stafford now on second. Got him.
At the end.
Touchdown, Jets. Austin Safarian Jenkins. A 2-yard touchdown.
I want to kind of run the clock out.
And the Jets take the ball down the field and score.
Not give him a chance to score.
Drive.
In the first quarter.
He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0.
Nonchalantly, after this game, I'm going to end it.
The Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
What? It got me on my mind and I never get up.
Luck on first down. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
Darn.
Off by Shamarko Thomas. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. On second down, here's Stafford.
Darn.
Comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now they go screen. It's complete.
Let's go.
In. Touchdown, Jets. Matt Forte from 8 yards out. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead.
Went in. 8 yards. Oh. Do a little pass there under short on him. Just mess him off his game and boom.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on
popped
to kick
it
this
down there.
away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At least he threw a pick there. That's good.
They go back to the air here after the INT. Wide open. That's Clark. They lost him. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. But Dallas Clark, back in his day, so good at catching red zone touchdown passes, but he's also very good in the middle of the field, anywhere in the field.
Absolutely fearless. Could absorb hits,
Got him.
absorb contact, not get knocked
Dorset. He has Dorset.
Find a way to make catches and big plays to give them a big time advantage. Not bad for a former walk-on
His Watkins,
linebacker
Smith,
from the
JR,
University of
Dorset,
Iowa.
and Clark.
On second down, here's Luck. They set up the screen.
Oh, yes, Luck.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of
He tried to put me. He got nowhere.
And that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to
He's going to go for it.
Don't you feel the rhythm?
I was going
happen,
but
right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
It's caught. Jones. A minute 59.
That's a good thing I have a 2-touchdown lead on.
We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
He has like 3 stars. I got 2.
Now a first down throw. Luck.
Got him.
Bring him down. Back across midfield at the 45.
Dig him back at midfield. 21-yard loss.
Defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch.
All right, let's try and make it so they can't field goal it.
Part of getting his feet in,
no yardage.
Toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I almost thought I could pick.
And now 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And look at this. It's a fake.
Darn it. What was the guy running back for? He was running back for that. I'm like, what the heck?
Vikings as they convert on
I'm
4th
going
and long.
props. He wants to score before going in.
On
I don't
1st
blame
and 10,
him.
Locke. They dump it off, complete to
My God.
Dorsett. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I had no idea. I didn't think it was a good idea, but pretty ballsy there. Alright.
Essentially being a receiver downfield.
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game.
Got
begins.
nowhere.
So
Got nowhere.
throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do?
Alright,
What kind of
cover
damage can he
2.
do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
32 seconds, 31 seconds left here. Alright, ready to do D-string key.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he? And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Dorsett in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. To return, here's Chris Conley. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And the Jets set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
He's got time in the pocket. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Hey, Charles, can you give me water?
He's got one touch. We can't let them score another.
Quicker than anticipated, ready for the start of the second half. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Tony Dorsett, the intended target, and it's third down.
Man can't play it soft. Ooh, bitch, I play it raw.
Expecting pass. Back to throw. Locke. Left side completion to Jones. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
He's working me.
Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. To throw on second down is Locke. And this is going to be incomplete.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there. Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has worked in there is spreading things out, opening things
Turned up on site. Aw. He gonna leave. He left. Let's go. Boy, he just so mad. Bitch, I heard. Ooh, 2 wins, 4 touchdowns, 5 sacks, and 2 interceptions. Hype. Yeah. Well, I think that's where we should end it, boys. Well, if you like the video so far, make sure to subscribe. If you're new, comment down below. Wait, no. If you're new, subscribe. Alright, see ya. I'll bring a new episode, like, after a couple days or so, maybe 2. When I get on my PlayStation, and I actually have the time to make a video. Sometimes I do get on and I play, but I don't really do anything. I just mess around. Alright, we'll see ya.